Keith Hillier with Nick Collum. Impazira winning the Caulfield Cup, just like her stablemate Trish Stark did in 1985. But Des, this is a different story. Trish Stark was the favourite then. Impazira is at any old odds. She is going to pay plenty for a dollar here in Victoria. 15.81, officially 4.13, and that was It's Candida. Good run. And fifth to number 9, Boca Tower. Here's the closing stages. Orthal, Impazira had a beautiful run. Takes the lead. Congressman's out after Impazira.
Impazira, there it is in the lime colours, just going to outlast Congressman, who's coming like the wind. Cannot quite make it, and the judges reached, and it's a hairline win to Impazira. Congressman Orthal, then It's Candida and Boca Tower fifth.
26.50 and 6.55 Impazira.
Another one for the bookies?
Yes, that's for 50 cents. Congressman 5.55. Orthal lost no fans from a Melbourne Cup point of view, $1.60. So Impazira, who won the Australasian Oaks in Adelaide and the Wakeful Stakes at Flemington as a 3-year-old filly and was second in the Epsom Handicap, has delighted her connections today and her fans by winning. Not many punters would have been on, but Nick Collum, the owner, who we just listened to, had stated all along that his filly could win, his mare could win this race. Famous colours, the Collum colours. Impazira by Imposing from Kaleria. The Zamazan is the sire of the dam. Raced by Nick Collum. Trained by Ross McDonald, a very popular man in Victoria. Excellent trainer of horses, particularly fillies and mares. Ridden by Queenslander Brian York. Malcolm Johnston rode her last Saturday. Brian York took the ride today, and he's had his biggest success in racing. So, great Caulfield Cup. What about from a Foster's Melbourne Cup point of view? Des, who do we look towards?
Well, I just don't know. Some of them failed to stay. Congressman ran on, but just not quite. I really think that the Melbourne Cup winner's not there today. I know that it might be a little bit of a bit of a hiccup, but I feel as though he wasn't there today.
Let's look from the turn home in the Foster's Caulfield Cup $1 million race. Orthal leads Apollo Run. Impazira's had the best run possible on the fence. Sarah Streiner outside of it. Congressman's improving with Lady Liberty outside of it, and then Boca Tower. It's Candide, Sky Chase. Round the World. Behind it, Bravery. Balciano's out of it. Waterboatman's trying to improve and trying to go with it, Mr. Dynamite. We go back through them, you can see Balciano, Sarah Streener's going back on it, but it was beaten fair, Sir Algonquin Club. So Orthal leads just before the turn. Apollo Run starting to tire, and this has enabled Impazira to get out.
Well, that's right, and they've gone 6 wide on the turn. You can see the furthest out horse. Getting a bit of a check was Sky Chase outside of Boca Tower, and then you see Full at Last in the pink cap. But these horses out in front, she skipped away Impazira, and I feel as though the horses in the race, even Impazira, I feel as though that if it is in the Melbourne Cup, I don't think we saw the Melbourne Cup winner there today. A couple of the horses just sort of died in the hole. They just weren't quite good enough on the day. It was a hard track. It was a fairly nicely run race, but he certainly failed to stay Sky Chase. He's finished about third last, I think.
I think from a Melbourne Cup point of view, Congressman's lost no fans. Impazira won't run in the Melbourne Cup. Orthal a good run. It's Candide. It only had 3 runs prior to today and could improve, but maybe Des is right. Perhaps the Foster's Melbourne Cup winner wasn't here today.
I think he's home in his stable, Kuds or Kensai.
And they're both trained at Flemington. Okay, the Quinella, $219.90. The Trifecta, $900. Or let me work this out, about $990 approximately, but we'll have that very, very shortly. Phil, I wouldn't have a go there. I couldn't split them. Congressman on the outside, Impazira on the inside, but Des Bain said Impazira. He's a good judge.
Yes, he is, and Bruce, it was rather difficult because we were all watching it on the monitor down here, and the boys weren't going to have a go either.
It's a great finish.
I'll show you something that's happening down here, Bruce, which is quite an innovation. There's a jockey here, and under a mounted jockey on a Foster's Caulfield Cup 1988 stand there, and there's a painter out here already painting the colours of Impazira on this permanent little stand, and Impazira's colours, of course, are lime, royal blue with the hoop sleeves. So later on in the day, we'll show you this finished. But what a great idea.
Excellent idea, Phil, superb, and I think Nick Collins... $581.55. Quinella $219.90. Running double $987.90. That trifecta was $3,500. Phil Gibbs, we're about to have the presentation for the Foster's Caulfield Cup.
All right, Bruce, and Sir Rupert Clark is speaking.
The one Peaceful Kingdom Malcolm Johnston's mount out the 10-1. Poor old Mal, he gave up the winner of the Caulfield Cup to ride at Randwick. It's 10-1 Peaceful Kingdom. 25 Strike Regal. Copper Tonic falls into about 7-2 now. It's favourite. Semstar out to 5-1. He's my tip. He'll keep plugging away. No champ, but he tries hard. Might is at 12-1. 11-2 Regal Prize. It's been well backed in the ring. About 7's into 11-2. 40 Rising Fear. 16 Sailor V. 25 Snow Chief. 16 Gerard. Maxie's tip and short a lead. It'll get out in front, boy. 60-1 Solivari and 50-1 Grace Point. The 4 reserves, Bryn Lee, Paul Andick, Big Top and the Box Hill Baby. None of them got a run. My tip at Semstar. Here's Johnny.
Righto, Ken, and off goes your head and on goes a pumpkin. I mentioned that S. Edmonds is claiming on Gerard. That's incorrect, of course. It's a City Tats Cup, so apprentices can't claim. So connections of Gerard have paid the boy a high compliment. Gates open, off in City Tats Cup, came out in a nice even line with Eye of the Sky and Strike Regal bouncing out in front. Regal Prize and Snow Chief began well, and so did Copper Tonic, and Gerard is now coming over from the outside. Past the judge the first time, and Regal Prize pulling hard, led from his stablemate Snow Chief. Gerard on the outside is about to head them off going to the first turn, and then Strike Regal, Rising Fear, Copper Tonic. Peaceful Kingdom midfield on the inside of Prince Toranaga, who's pulling a bit today. Out 3 deep then is Solivari, and further back Say La Vie on the outside of Eye of the Sky, followed by Gray's Point Might and Semstar last at the 1800 mark, and Young Edmonds is off on Gerard. Opened up a lead of about 4 lengths on Regal Prize, a length and a half Snow Chief, who wants to get his head up in the air. Rising Fear 3 deep going over the mile crossing. On the fence Strike Regal, a length and a half Copper Tonic, 1.5 Peaceful Kingdom ahead to Solivari, 2.5 to Prince Toranaga, followed by Eye of the Sky, Say La Vie, Gray's Point Might, and tailed off is Semstar. Gerard is carting them along at a solid gallop down the back and led by 3 lengths to Regal Prize, ahead Rising Fear. 2 lengths away Strike Regal on the inside of Snow Chief, 2.5 to Copper Tonic on the outside of Peaceful Kingdom. A length and a half then to Solivari, followed by Eye of the Sky, and then Prince Toranaga, Say La Vie, Gray's Point and Might, and last is Semstar in a well strung out field. Gerard led the cup field on the top turn by nearly 3 lengths to Regal Prize. 3/4 away is Rising Fear, about 2 to Strike Regal and Snow Chief together, and then Copper Tonic and Peaceful Kingdom from Solivari. Eye of the Sky is a long way back in the field, and then Prince Toranaga, followed by Say La Vie. Further back as they come over that crossing is Might, and back at the tail Semstar, where the leader is Gerard by 2 lengths on Regal Prize, Rising Fear, then Strike Regal and Snow Chief. Copper Tonic is coming into it, but forced to go 4 deep as they near the turn, and then Prince Toranaga, followed by Might, who's right off the track. At the head of the others, Peaceful Kingdom, and further back Solivari, and then Say La Vie, followed by Eye of the Sky, who'll have to do a big job to win. But around the turn, 400 metres out, Gerard is the leader. Copper Tonic has grabbed him quickly. In third place, Strike Regal. Prince Toranaga is running a bit of a race on the outside. Over the rise, Copper Tonic, the leader. Prince Toranaga is coming after him. Peaceful Kingdom, after being held up for a run, switches across the heels of the 2 leaders, and he's coming with a rush. Old Kingdom, Copper Tonic in front, but Peaceful Kingdom, Malcolm Johnston goes for home. He missed out on the Caulfield Cup, but he makes amends in City Tats Cup, and Peaceful Kingdom beat Copper Tonic and Prince Toranaga third. Semstar has come from last to run fourth, and then Strike Regal, Eye of the Sky, Solivari, then Gray's Point Might, Say La Vie, Rising Fear. Gerard weakened out of it, followed by Snow Chief, and last is Regal Prize. And that win will give Malcolm Johnston more pleasure than most winners he's ridden during his illustrious career, because just 20 minutes or so back he had to watch Infazira, a horse he could have ridden, win the Caulfield Cup in Melbourne. When Johnston got this to the outside, you talk about a man inspired. He sensed victory, and he thought, well, it's a far cry from the Caulfield Cup, but boy, look out, here I come. Peaceful Kingdom. M. Johnston on the TAB is going to pay $5.50 and $1.50. He'll get a Melbourne Cup reception when he comes back on this. Copper Tonic on the place tote, 95 cents. And Prince Toranaga, Ken, to pay $2.30. And Mal, me boy, good on you.
Yes, John, I'm not a sentimentalist and I never backed it, but it was great to see him win. And here he comes, Peaceful Kingdom, grabbing Copper Tonic, who looked home. And Prince Toranaga looked a big chance over the rise, didn't quite sustain his run, but he's held on for third place ahead of Semstar. The winner, Peaceful Kingdom, Malcolm Johnston. Race 6 is next up. I'm tipping another Tommy Smith trained horse this time, number 5, Bold Sea.
Righto, Kenny, no numbers up as yet on City Tats Cup, but it'll be 3 Peaceful Kingdom. Second will be, whatchamacallit, Copper Tonic will run second. That's TAB number 5, and third money will go to Prince Toranaga, number 2. And the winner, Peaceful Kingdom, will pay in the vicinity of $5.50 and $1.50. Coming up, Murray Walker's assessment of the Grand Prix Drivers' Championship.
Wednesday night, 7:30, your television will come to life with the
$20.25 and the trifecta $278.50. Running double there, $52.80. Morphettville, Splendid Feeling, 671.35. Warfire, 110. Gamblers Lab, 105. Trifecta, 348.80. Quinella, $31.25. Update, 240. But Spurden's got it. He's also got the favourite in the next tier, and that is Uncle Sid. Now, one of the jockeys getting back on the saddle, and here's Terry.
He's about to climb back aboard. Lights on now. Ready. Still holding them. Racing. And Dowie jumped away quickly, showing pace also as Leah Louder and Spirit of Emily. Foolish Notion going quickly with Pride of Galaxy, San Juan Amigo. Intrigue also showing some pace. Dowie now drifting back, as was Pride of Galaxy, Pearl Cheval, then Jula Party, Torello. Archer Victory's back last of all, just up ahead of it, Well Kept. They work towards the 700 now, and the leader, San Juan Amigo, narrowly. Intrigue with the inside, Foolish Notion 3 deep, a length and a half to Spirit of Emily. Leah Louder, it's outside, Jula Party, the inside. Next was Dowie, then Pearl Cheval, Pride of Galaxy, Torello with only 2 behind it. They are Well Kept, in the favourite Archer Victory last of all, 500 metres to run. San Juan Amigo, the outside, on the inside, Intrigue. Spirit of Emily waiting for a run. Joining in them was Foolish Notion, then Dowie down the outside, Leah Louder and Archer Victory pulled to the extreme outside. Spirit of Emily and Foolish Notion making their runs together, reach the lead from San Juan Amigo, then Intrigue and Jula Party, but Spirit of Emily in front, trying hard, San Juan Amigo. Here's Torello flashing home late, Foolish Notion wide around, Spirit of Emily in front, though it'll get there. Spirit of Emily behind neck, second placing Foolish Notion, third Torello, then San Juan Amigo, Intrigue, Dowie and Archer Victory. Further back, Pearl Cheval, Well Kept, then Leah Louder. Next was Pride of Galaxy and Jula Party.
The mare winning Spirit of Emily, 9.72 over the line. Last start winner at Morphettville, and Spirit of Emily is going to pay about $3.65 by the look of it, about $3.65 for Spirit of Emily and $1.15 the place. 9.72 over the line at this stage. Phil, no further details. Horses in the mounting yard for the Caulfield Sprint.
Right, we're trying to get that photo finish too of the Foster's Caulfield Cup, because by gee, we had it. It's just, oh, we got it up there.
Sign of him, Even True and Harry White. It's a great shot, isn't it? Harry and Robbie, two top riders. Harry, one of the greatest. And they're almost set. There's a couple of horses look terrific going to the post.
Yes, I thought Isama looked very good. Confucius Flyer's pretty forward too. And Uncle Sid always looks a treat. Lightly raced horse who always runs well. But I would think that Isama could run a big race here on his appearance.
He won here last year. Lord Scotia won this race last year. Away they go. Daimus jumped the ride from the inside. Away fast. Hello Melbourne. Going quickly. Judges rule in the early stages. Melody Hit and Uncle Sid as they settle down with Targlish. Confucius Flies right up in the firing line as they settle, and Rendu's just in behind those horses. Isama's dropped out last. 800 out. Judges rule with the inside. Led Confucius Fly by about a head, I guess. Disputed Pearls in the centre of those from Hello Melbourne, and just behind them Uncle Sid but covering ground. Then Even True, tucked away Daimus on the inside from Melody Hit, Rendu, Franklin Drive, Targlish as well, back with Lord Scotia and Isama. On the turn, 10 lengths cover them. Confucius Fly just led, Judges Rule beaten, Disputed fell under the whip. Uncle Sid 4 wide at them, and then Hello Melbourne, Even True, Rendu, Melody Hit and Isama running on. Confucius Fly led at the 300, being tackled by Uncle Sid. Hello Melbourne and Even True getting through, and Rendu and Melody Hit. Even True burst through, but Rendu's going with it. Even True and Rendu, it's going to be close again. Rendu, I reckon. Rendu's got it from Even True, and third Melody Hit. What a day's racing. Then Hello Melbourne, Uncle Sid, Disputed Fell, Confucius Fly, Isama, Franklin Drive, Lord Scotia and Judges Rule. This will get it on the outside. Rendu will get it. 3, 6 and 12. Des?
And Rendu, well, Beaver Schofield, he certainly didn't fall off. He rode it perfectly, did everything right. You couldn't take anything away from Harry White on even true. Pushed her through on the rails. Just probably wanting a heavy track to make her a certainty in the race, but wasn't able to do it. They've gone to the line locked together again in this race, and it's really unbelievable. You'd have to think that the outside has just blazed the inside horse. And right there was Melody Hit.
Good run. Rendu gets it. Rendu gets it after the judge examines the video and lines them up. 3, 6 and 12. The Beaver, as Des said, he stayed on today. The history is that he's fallen off this horse twice in the big race in Brisbane, and he also fell off in the shorts. It's an incredible record. Even True, excellent second. Melody Hit a first-class third. It was a real race, Des. There were some chances.
Oh, yes. Coming down to the turn, it was a great run. Great race. I don't know what happened there. I just see Isoma sitting up, Greg Hall sitting up in the iron. I don't know whether it pulled up a bit sore, but anyway, the winner has got their Rendu on the outside. Melody Hit over on the fence. Hello, Melbourne. Bit disappointing, but trapped wide was Uncle Sid. He ran about 6th.
Let's go down and join Graham Kelly after the Caulfield Sprint.
Okay, Graham, congratulations. You've had a bit of bad luck with Rendu one way and another, but he's repaid you today. Talking about